Gwen Berry is an Olympic athlete who recently, during the medal ceremony, the national anthem was playing and she didn't face the flag. In fact, she turned away from the flag, and some people are really upset at her. Welcome to Escaping the Echo Chamber. So a couple of things this reminds me of. This brings me back, of course, to the Colin Kaepernick situation of Colin Kaepernick originally sitting for the anthem, then kneeling for the anthem. And I remember when they first started talking about him kneeling for the anthem, and they brought out, hey, he was protesting police brutality, and this was an issue that he felt strongly about. And I was like, why is he kneeling? Because I didn't like the fact that he was kneeling. It's not that I disagreed with his stance against police brutality, but I was like, kneeling is actually more deferential than standing. So if you're sitting down, I get it. If you stand for the anthem, okay, you're saluting the flag, you're doing that. But kneeling is an act of, it is even more so considered an act of worship. I mean, when do you kneel? You kneel to pray. You get down on your knees and pray. You get down on a knee or one knee to propose to somebody. When you're knighted, before royalty. These are the sorts of things you do. Kneeling indicates even more deference. So I thought it was kind of backwards. I'm like, wow, if you were, you might as well just stand up then, if that's what you wanted to do. But to the fact that many people saw his kneeling as a disrespect, I'm like, okay, I guess you'll never kneel to pray, I'm guessing. But there was so much, just because of what they felt he meant, people were upset about it, despite the fact that he was actually showing greater deference to the flag, and a greater act of, it really was a greater act of devotion than just standing. And that reminds me, that brings me forward to, now when you have this young woman who stands and turns away from flag, because apparently she may also agree with what I was saying, that kneeling is, that's even more deferential in an act of, and can be considered an act of worship. Because you got to realize there are Christians who, and other religions, who don't salute the flag, who don't rise for the national anthem, because they're like, no, God said, worship God. I'm not worshiping idols. I'm not worshiping manly governments. No, there are people who do that. But this isn't new. Tommy Smith and John Carlos from 1968 Olympics, they made a political statement and raised their fist in the air. This isn't new. But what's also not new is that there's underlying issues that people are making statements about. Now, a lot of people are upset. Oh, you're disrespecting the flag. You're disrespecting the country. I've seen statements of, somebody saying, oh, it's self-absorption. And I'm like, self-absorption? How is it self-absorption if this woman is upset about issues that are affecting other people within her community? She's not just doing it on her behalf. Self-absorption would be doing the easy thing. And it's easy because if you just take a look at the amount of backlash she's receiving, the easy thing is, let me just rise, put my hand on my heart, just so, I don't have to face any backlash. And quite frankly, she's got to be worried that at one point, what if they decide, okay, well, we're not going to let you participate in the Olympics? Her career could be in jeopardy. So it's actually a brave thing, whether you agree with it or not. And I get that some people won't agree with it. But doing something, because there's other statements talking about how this is such a fundamental civic ritual. And I'm like, interesting that you would use that word, ritual, because there is most undoubtedly a religious aspect to it. And so my question is, for those people that feel that this is something that must be done, for this is something that, is a great thing to do, and if anybody that doesn't do it, that you're looking at them some type of way, why? What is the purpose of saluting the flag? What is the purpose of having the national anthem and standing for the national anthem? To show love for country? To show love for what? The people or the government? Because we can sit here and pretend that the people are the government, but we could just look around at what's happened and what's happening and realize that the people are not the government. You see, for individuals that complain about the left virtue signaling, saluting the flag seems to be one of the ultimate virtue signals. You're signaling your proposed love for the country by, whenever this music starts playing, you stand. And I really want to know, what does it mean to love your country? What does it mean? Does it mean that you will obey this country no matter what? Obey the government no matter what? Because that doesn't sound like a good thing. Obeying anybody, any man, no matter what, that's not a good thing. See, it's like I say, obedience is not a virtue. But if you do care about, if you have family members that fought in wars, served in the military, that lost their lives, cool. That may be why you're standing up. It may not mean that to somebody else. They may not have loved ones who fought in wars, who died in the military service. Or they may, but they might still be looking at the flag as a symbol of something other than, all good things. They could be looking at the flag. They might actually be looking at the flag as a symbol that got their loved ones killed. You see, there are so many different ways to look at it, and wanting everybody to see things your way doesn't seem like a very healthy perspective. What do you think? And I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this. I'm expecting a whole lot of downvotes. Cool. But like I always say, give me a thumbs down if you feel like it, if you choose to. But don't just give me a thumbs down and run away. If you're going to give me a thumbs down, write why in the comment section below. I'm really interested in hearing other people's perspectives on this matter. And if you agree with me, if you agree that you feel like you may salute the flag, you may not, but you have no problem with anybody else doing what they choose to do as they feel regarding the flag, then go ahead. Feel free to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share this. Thank you for checking out this episode of Escaping the Echo Chamber. I'll see you next time.